Yeah, we're in. Awesome. Cool. So I'm Emily. I'm here to help you with your robe curls. I read through your questionnaire and it's asking about like longer lasting curls. So we'll definitely like touch upon that. The way this works is we first kind of just go through what has worked for you in the past, what hasn't worked, and some prep tips. And that's really what we'll focus on for like the longer lasting curls part. And then we'll dive into wrapping it together if you have the headband and just making sure that it's feeling comfortable, secure, that it's looking good, giving you tips along the way. But yeah, it's super casual, informal. So like, yeah, jump in with anything. And I'm just so happy to meet you, Amy. It's really wonderful. Sound good?
Yes.
Awesome. All right. So yeah, would love to hear if you've used it in the past, what has worked, what hasn't worked, how your hair was, wet, not wet, etc.
Yeah, so I've been using it this week, kind of like different ways, like different tests. And um when I first did it, it turned out I think okay. I did it with like blow dried hair and then I used like some like mister.
Perfect. Cool.
Um and then second day hair, I kind of just like rewrapped it
Yeah.
and it tended to work pretty well. So like when I take it out in the morning, it gets like pretty curly at the end. Right now it's not. This is like very old hair.
It looks
Needs to
good
be
though.
washed hair. Does look pretty good.
Does look
Um Yesterday I did a different technique that I'd learned before with like other like an actual like robe strand I do, and it was kind of like where I take a front section and wrap it and then a back section and wrap it and then add to those,
Yep.
and those seem to give me like pretty nice results. um I don't know. Oh, I also, when I was doing like my hair for like the showering, I tried to like add some mousse and stuff so it would hold longer.
Cool. Okay, good. So you're adding all the things that I'm thinking of here, which is the mousse side of things, a little bit of water, starting with dry hair, adding water to it. That all sounds good. Where are you based? Where are you living?
Right now, I'm in Woodridge, Illinois, which is like a suburb of Chicago.
Cool. All right. Awesome. So not super, super humid, correct? Yeah. Okay. It gets hot
Uh, it
kind of
kind of,
in the summer. It's a bit like New York. Which is where I'm from. So you can have your humid days. Okay, got it. Cool. So yeah, recommend definitely continuing what you're doing with the, I think, dry hair, starting with dry hair. When you blow dry it, as a heads up, your hair is naturally going to be less dry than if you were to air dry it. When you do that, what happens is that the water molecules in the air end up being absorbed into your hair to try to rebalance it. And in that process, it kind of goes a little bit more flat. So anytime you like blow dry your hair, add heat, it can cause the curls to go flatter faster, just like a heads up. Do I think it's like the be all end all? No, because you also have good texture and your hair is like a good retainer of curls. So I think it's okay for you to still do that. But just a heads up, if you're looking for like the longest lasting ever, I would say completely air dry it first and then wet it. It'll just help for the air to like naturally balance with your hair moisture and the curls will last longer that way. That's like the science goal behind it, essentially. Um, but yeah, if you were to start with dry hair and then lightly dampen it, ear level down, the wetter your hair is, the longer it's going to take to set, but the longer the curls will last. So if you wear it overnight, that's always going to give you like the optimal results. And yeah, I would play with more like the amount of water that you're putting into your hair. I always recommend about like 95% dry, so it's like cool to the touch. But if you want, put more water in a little bit more, so long as your hair is drying 100%, you're good to play with that. And it's at that point that I would add mousse. And a lightweight mousse is what I recommend over, the extra hold, heavier weight mousse. Even though this is extra hold, I think go for the light hold because less product is more. You just need that like little bit of hold. Any questions around that side of things?
So do you do the mousse you do the mousse when it's wet, right?
So I do the mousse when your hair is dry and you're lightly dampening it. So it's at that point. Usually what I do is like in a spray bottle, I'll have it like filled with water and then I'll just like add like an egg size amount of mousse to the water. So like this would be like half water, half mousse essentially. Shake it up and lightly spray the hair ear level down until it's all lightly damp. And so that way you're just getting like a super fine coating of product, but you're not like super saturating it with product because more product kind of just weighs it down, if that helps.
Do you
But
have a suggestion of a lightweight mousse?
yes, I would say, all right, I would say for lightweight mousse to go to like your local CVS Walgreens because they tend to stock mousses that were formulated like in the 90s, in the 80s, and they haven't changed much, which is better. Garnier Fructis has one, and their mousse, I don't know exactly what it's called, but they usually do a ranking on like 1 to 5 hold, and they'll circle one of the numbers. You just like want a 1 or a 2 rather than a 4 or a 5, which is like super hold. Um, L'Oreal also makes a mousse, same thing. And yeah, all the CVS, Walgreens, mass drugstores, they'll carry the exact same. They don't have a whole bunch of them. There's not many options these days. But yeah, whichever one's on the lighter side. And it should be like the foam kind, not the, squirt it, like the one that looks like shaving cream when it comes out, as opposed to a pump, air pump.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
those old school kinds. Yeah, I like those. Those tend to work really well. Um, but yeah, any other questions around the hair prep?
Said, dry is
And if you want hairspray, I usually don't recommend hairspray, but if you're looking for a product for like super hold, you're going to like, I don't know, a wedding and it's going to be humid and you got to have your hair holding. The one that I super recommend is called Got to Be. It's a bright yellow bottle. I think they might even have it also at CVS, Walgreens. Um, and it's called like Got to Be Super. Let me see, I'll look it up right now. Hairspray. It is the freeze spray, blasting freeze spray. And it's hilarious, Amy, because if you have a mohawk, like this is what they use to get their hair to stay straight up. So this stuff works, but just go far, far and light, and it'll work. It's gonna hold. Yeah.
cool. Thank you.
Yeah,
That's
no
awesome.
problem. Of course. Cool.
Yeah, because I know like when I've done curls with like heating products, they don't ever stay if my hair is a little damp or if I dry it, like air dry it, but it's not like I guess 100% dried out, you know.
Yep. Yep. Getting it 100% dry is super key for sure. Otherwise, it ain't gonna stay. It's just gonna look kind of wonky, for the lack of a better word. It's not cute.
Just
Cool.
instantly falls and I'm like, what did I even do?
What did I do? I know it's so weird. It's like even if your hair like almost is dry, it's like if it's not 100%, it ain't gonna stay. It's not, it just falls. Yeah. No, you definitely need it 100% dry, which is always why I like just lightly dampen, a little bit of mousse if you have that humidity happening. And yeah, making sure you're wearing it so that your hair is 100% dry when you take it out and you're good to go. Cool. Awesome. Do you want to jump into wrapping it? Does that sound good?
Mhm.
Cool. All right. So to start, we want to make sure our hair is parted into 2 sections and brought to the front. If you have yours, yeah, we'll do it together.
Okay.
And like, yeah, brushed out if you have a brush or comb. If not, don't worry. Awesome. Yeah, you have good hair and
Thank
lots
you.
of it. Oh yeah, you're welcome. Your mom deserves a thank you. Good genetics. Cool. All right. So I like to start and then we'd lightly dampen it. If you want to dampen it now, you can. If not, we can just keep going. Up to you.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
just keep it dry for now. It's fine.
Cool. No problem, Amy. All right. To start, I like to make sure my scrunchies are on my wrist so that when we get to that part, we have them. And I'm noticing, this is why I say it, because I'm always like dropping scrunchies left and right. I only have one. All right. I'll make do, but you should have both. And then I like to start by folding the headband in half.
Mhm.
The ends are even and you get a crease right in the middle. Awesome. So now when we put it on, we're going to want the wire facing forward, not backwards. And that crease will help it just sit evenly. Awesome, Amy. Now, have you done the pigtail part yet? This is the first step, which is making a pigtail on one side. And if not, I'll help you through this.
I kind of get it, and then it kind of doesn't like to stay.
Good, looking good. Okay, cool.
But
So you did a good job getting to this point. Now, if you
Mhm.
can, with the backs of your fingers, push that end up. Or just, yep, you're in a beautiful spot now. You should be able to let go. Now, all you're gonna have to do is push the end of the headband around and then do it again until the headband's just wrapped around. Yep, you nailed it.
Okay,
And then give
cool.
it a good like little, yeah, so it should feel like secure. Cool, perfect, Amy. So yeah, you were almost there. You just have to push the end backwards and that's it. You're good to go. So now on the other side, we'll start with a small front section.
Good.
And we're gonna wrap it over and then under. And then we can add another small section to it
Mhm.
and wrap it over and under. One thing I like to make sure is that each wrap of hair is touching the last so that you don't
Oh.
see the headband in between. And that just helps to make sure that the curls are like setting in the same shape. Perfect, Amy. Awesome. Great. And then we can add another section right underneath. Great. Combine it, pull it over and under. Great. And now you're at the ear. Once you're at
Mhm.
the ear, you can add all the hair that's left and combine it. Great. Fabulous, Amy. And then while we're just wrapping it until we get to the end. Awesome. That looks
Cool.
good. That looks really good. Then we just add the scrunchie. Yeah, I can tell you do this. This isn't your first rodeo. You're making my life easier.
Yeah, I actually really enjoy braiding hair. My arms get tired, but like French braids or Dutch braids are fun.
I'm impressed. Okay, yeah, that's something I can't really do. So I lie on the bed sometimes with my head over because my arms get tired so I can like do it. Perfect, Amy. Cool. So now when we're done wrapping it, we can always twist it away from your face and that'll kind of just tighten it a little bit and that'll help to set tighter curls. If you want to set looser curls, you can twist the other way and it'll just loosen it all up, especially if you're like, you know, in the humidity or looking for curls that last longer because they will drop during the day. I like to set them tighter. So I twist one way and then we can repeat on the other side. Cool. So again, we're taking a small front section and just doing the same thing. I'll call out a couple other things just so you're aware. However big you make this section, like however deep, that's where the headband's gonna sit. So if it ever feels like it's sliding backwards, make that small section like closer to your hairline. Yep.
Mhm.
So if you want it to be like, yeah, you can just grab like a small, that looks good. And basically that's where the headband's gonna sit on your head. Yep, bingo. So that's how you can play with how comfortable it sits and feels while you're wearing it. Great. And then we can add another section, and that's usually the case for the first two sections. Those are the ones that really lock it in place as to where you want it to sit. You wrap it over and under. Good job having them touch each other. And I'll show you, since you are a braider, I use the thumb to kind of hold the hair in place while I add another section to it.
Okay.
So that way it doesn't like unravel. On this side, it would be my right thumb. I think we're on the same.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, if that's helpful.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I think so.
Cool. Yeah. Fabulous. Great. And now we're at the ear, so we can add all the hair and
I feel
combine.
like this is a big section.
It is a big section. It'll start the curls sooner in the back by doing it at this point. So there's no harm in doing it. Yeah, perfect. And then pull it over and under. Great. And you're doing a good job of keeping the headband kind of close to your jawline. If you hold it out here, I'll just show you, you'll end up with like a, so you're doing all the right things. And then right to the end.
It's an art, really. Like it takes some time to get that. I did not do that the first time. It was like coming out to here, and I'm like,
yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, I love doing these classes because it's little things where I'm like, oh, okay, this is the only problem you're doing is holding your arm out here and then wrapping it. If you just bring it in, I can fix it. And
the
then
same goes for braiding. Yeah. Like
yeah.
the tighter and closer you keep your hands to your head, the better the braid will come out.
Thank you, Amy. I'm going to practice that then. I keep an extra scrunchie on my notebook just in case of positions like this.
Amazing.
That's what I use to lock my pen in place on my notebook. All right, so I'll use that. And awesome. All right, cool. So again, this is when you can like twist to tighten it if you want to tighten it. And you're just twisting it away from your face. Cool. Awesome. It looks good, Amy. And then to do the little headband thing, I just cross them in the back. So chance, the one that's under, I tuck it up and over and around, smush it down. One that's over, I tuck it under and around and smush it down. Nailed it. But there's no wrong way of doing it. And if it's more comfortable to sleep with them down, if you're wearing them to bed, that's perfectly fine. You can totally do that. It looks good. You nailed it. Nailed it. Awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cute.
Super
Yeah,
cute.
I got the rose gold. I was like, ooh.
I love that color. It's my fave. It is. I just grabbed this one, but I love the rose gold. It was the one that we like first launched with. And we're like, that's going to be our first color. And it was, yeah, it's a pretty one. Staying forever. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Very happy with the company, and like looks like very good material that won't just like break or tatter.
Thank you. Yeah, we perfected we spent so much time on the material, but yes, it is all super high end. And we even developed inside the fabric that we're using in there. Fun fact, it was inspired by diapers. So cloth diapers, they do a really good job of absorbing moisture, obviously, but they also can't like over absorb from like the baby's bottom because then they'll get like dried out rashes. So it has to have that like right balance. So yeah, there was like a fabric that we liked in that realm that we repurposed and reformulated, essentially redesigned to make it more plush and better for curls and hair. Because yeah, the fabrics are actually super important. So yeah, cool. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Nothing else. I'll show you like one thing when you're taking it down. If you just twist it the other way, it'll be easier to slide it out and off. And once it's off, granted, my hair will not be a good demo for this, Amy, but you can always finger curl small sections. Just go like that and it'll pop into those. So you could make as many or as little curls as you want. Because I know sometimes it comes out as like one large sausage curl and that might not be the look you're going for. So you can just break them up super easily. And yeah, that hairspray is really impressive. So if you need to lock it in, a little goes a long way. Cool.
Thank you so much. Yeah, those tips have been really helpful, and I'll try some out.
Awesome.
And yeah, the curling, I did end up doing that first night. They came out and they were looking interesting. And then I was like, so I start curling them. I'm like, okay, it's better.
It's better. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. You'll get the hang of it. If you can French braid, you'll be a pro at this in no time. Like, yeah, I'm not even worried. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. This has been great.
My pleasure, Amy. And if you ever need to sign up for another one of these, whenever, 6 months from now, whatever, always here to help. So more than happy to see you again, of course. Cool. All right. Well, hope you have a wonderful day, Amy. It was so nice to meet you. And thank you
Yeah.
for being our girlfriend. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, hun.